In this fresh reveal armed with the latest data, we're diving into the Rolex models that have really made waves in 2024. Backed by insights from watch pros and current market trends, we're here to ensure you're in the know about which timepieces are worth your attention this year. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join Opulent Oasis and never miss out on our upcoming videos. Ready to see what's ticking? Let's jump right in. Rolex Daytona. You see, the Rolex Daytona lineup never fails to stir up some excitement among watch aficionados, with a few models clearly stealing the spotlight. With this, let's casually walk through the top sellers. Starting off, we have the steel and yellow gold Rolex Daytona with a white dial, a real crowd pleaser compared to its black dialed counterpart. While the black dial kicked off the year around $24,700 and has dipped slightly to about $23,400 to $24,500, the white dial began at $27,300 and has nudged down just under $26,000. Those newer models are still fetching around $27,300, probably because mixing gold with a white dial is a timeless combo. Next up is the stainless steel model, where the white dial version, also known as the Panda Daytona, easily outsells the black. It's not hard to see why. It's got a clean, sharp look that started the year at $40,300, but can now be yours for between $32,500 and $33,800. The black dial, which started at $36,400, is now going for $28,600 to $30,500. Sporting a Panda Daytona feels like you're part of an exclusive club where the entry fee is a cool watch. Topping the charts is the Oysterflex Daytona, starting with the Paul Newman dial in 18-karat yellow gold. It's got a vintage flair, but with a modern edge, featuring a matte black dial with gold subdials and some slick upgrades. Earlier in the year, this watch was going for between $46,800 and $48,100, but now you might find it around $44,200 to $45,500. Then there's the Pikachu dial, an 18-karat gold piece that's held its value rock steady at about $52,000 to $53,300. It's bold, it's flashy, and it's got a name that just makes you want to say it out loud. Lastly, the Rolex Ghost takes the top spot with its sleek, minimalist white gold design that's kept a steady price of about $46,800. Its unchanging price reflects its timeless charm, much like a classic tune you never skip on your playlist. Rolex Submariner. Let's dive into the Rolex Submariner range, a real treasure trove for watch lovers. At the third spot, we've got the Bluesy. This beauty sports a cerulean blue dial and bezel paired with steel and yellow gold accents. It was going for $15,750 at the start of the year, but has dipped a bit to around $14,000 to $14,450. That's a pretty sweet deal, especially when you consider that it's retailing for about $13,150. Sounds like someone's getting more bang for their buck. Next in line is the No-Date Submariner. It's loved for its clean, uncluttered look, a straightforward choice for those who appreciate a little simplicity on their wrist. Unfortunately, I don't have the latest price details on this one, but it's known for being a solid value. Topping the chart is the Submariner date, which is the crowd favorite right now. It opened the year priced between $12,750 and $13,000, but has now relaxed to around $11,200, showing a neat 10% drop. Still, snagging one of these can be as challenging as finding a quiet spot at a popular dive site. Before we go into our next watch reveal, why not slide into the Opulent Oasis community by subscribing? We've got a goldmine of content here that'll keep you in the know. So let's jump back in. Rolex Sea Dweller. Let's take a look at the Sea Dweller lineup with a special nod to the standout, the Sea Dweller 43 in red. This chunky timepiece has really caught the attention of watch buffs, thanks to its bold red accents and a beefier build than the classic Submariner. It's a bit thicker and wider, making it a favorite not just for those with bigger wrists, but for anyone who likes their watches with a bit more presence. Originally, it hit the market between $13,300 and $13,500 at the start of the year, but it eased down to about $12,000 to $12,500, roughly a 10% drop. Now it's sitting pretty at an inviting $11,150. It's like the reliable big brother in the Rolex family. It's got your back, and it's not going anywhere. Rolex Explorer. Next up, let's chat about the Rolex Explorer collection, where the Explorer 2 in polar white is the real MVP, clearly outshining its black counterpart. The polar white version has been turning heads and catching eyes. Back in January, it was tagged at $11,000, which was actually a bit higher than its December 2023 price of $9,950, and way above the retail price of $8,100. Whether you're into the sleek, icy look of the polar white or just appreciating its climbing market value, it's a piece that keeps the crowd watching. Rolex GMT Master. Let's dive into the GMT Master series and see what's shaking up the rankings. Starting at number 5, we have the Sprite. Yeah, like the soda, but way cooler. Both the Jubilee and Oyster versions are fresh off the press from last year, rocking that classic 40mm look. The Jubilee, though, tends to fetch a bit more both at purchase and on the resale front. Initially, it was listed at $21,000 in January, but has seen a dip to between $17,000 and $18,000, while the Oyster is now going for around $16,000 to $17,000. That's a solid 20% drop, making it a bit more tempting, right? Just a notch above, in 4th place, is the Batman with its snazzy blue and black bezel on an Oyster bracelet. This model has its own fan club, with both the older and newer versions drawing plenty of interest. Prices started around $19,500 in January, but have since softened to about $18,200 to $18,900, showing a modest 5% decrease. Sliding into 3rd is the GMT Master 2 Batman. Yep, another Batman, but this one prefers flying on a Jubilee bracelet and generally outpaces its Oyster sibling in sales. It dropped from around $19,500 at the start of the year to roughly $17,550, which is a tidy 10% off. Coming in 2nd is the GMT Master 2 Pepsi, decked out with that eye-catching red and blue bezel. This one's a hot ticket, flying off shelves in both Jubilee and Oyster styles. While there wasn't a specific price tag in January, the scarcity game is strong here. Production's down by 80%, making it a rare find. And the champion? The Rolex Root Beer takes the crown in the GMT lineup. This stunner mixes 18-karat gold with stainless steel and sports a gorgeous two-tone bezel. Despite its high-end appeal and a hefty $30,000 retail price from Rolex, you can find it for about $16,500 on the grey market, which is a bit of a dip to $14,850 from the start of the year. Rolex Datejust. Wrapping up with the Datejust series, the star of the show is the Datejust 41 with its sleek fluted bezel and the ever-popular Jubilee bracelet. It's the top pick for many, and it's easy to see why it clicks with watch lovers. First off, let's talk about the rhodium dial variant. It's held its ground at $14,500 since January, showing that it's a steady favorite in the market. Then there's the mid-dial, which has a special place in the hearts of many enthusiasts. It started the year priced between $13,450 and $14,000, but has seen a 10% drop, now trading at about $12,000 to $12,500. And how about the Wimbledon model? It's kept its cool at $11,950, holding steady and proving its lasting appeal. So what do you think about these top-selling Rolex models for 2024 that we've chatted about? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that follow button and toss us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. This is Opulent Oasis signing off, and we can't wait to catch up with you in our next video. Keep those wrists flashy and those comments coming.